My nightmare sister got drunk at my wedding, stole our parents' car and crashed it into a wall. So we excluded her from the inheritance. My older sister has always been the troublemaker in our family. We were well off and our parents wanted to get us the best education possible. But my sister made it very difficult. When she was in middle school, she would constantly pick fights with other children. One time, she poked another boy's eye just because he asked her if she wanted to play with the group. That poor boy ended up partially blind and my sister was expelled immediately. My parents scolded her, but she didn't think that she had done something wrong. So she didn't listen to any of the warnings when she started at her new school, even though our parents gave a huge donation to secure her admission. I think she ended up picking a fight with 4 other girls and pulled some of their hair out. The reason for the fight was never determined and my sister was suspended for a week as punishment. Unfortunately, she also carried over those actions into our home. I remember her constantly picking on me and telling me that my parents would one day leave me on the street because I was adopted. She made me feel so bad about it that I actually ran away from the house because I didn't want my parents to be sad after abandoning me. Our parents tried getting her into therapy and went to a lot of specialists to help her get better, but nothing worked. They saw how her behavior was affecting me and ruining my mental health. So when she turned 18, they told her to move out. They bought her an apartment near the college she applied for and sent her away. It was the correct choice, because my performance in school improved by landslides after that. But it also ended up destroying the relationship between my sister and our parents. It has been years since then, but she still hates them because they made her move out against her will. She also refused to meet me or our friends once. She graduated from college. Anyway, I recently married my wonderful wife and decided to invite my sister as a way to amend things. I wanted to talk to her and help her move on from the past. I thought that she would have matured a lot and knew that her past actions were wrong. However, the first time I met her, she was drunk and was using really inappropriate language with our relatives. She was cursing everyone out, accusing them of conspiring against her. I intervened and calmed her down, asking her to come inside and talk with me instead of them. It turns out that she had only shown up because she wanted me to exclude our parents from the wedding. She said that I should take her side and help her get justice by neglecting them like they neglected her. I gently told her that our parents loved her, and did everything they could for her. They never refused to give her any kind of service, like paying for her college or buying her a car. And they did try to get her into therapy at multiple points of her life, but she was the one who refused. She kept arguing however, and demanded that I uninvite my parents from my wedding. When I firmly refused, she threw another tantrum and ran out of my house. I tried to call and text her, but she didn't reply at all. Leading up to my wedding, she had cut all contact and seemingly disappeared. However, on the actual day on which I was getting married, my sister showed up in a white dress. She was once again drunk and couldn't even form proper sentences. I was going to kick her out because she wore white, which was disrespectful to my new wife, and she was also making the guests uncomfortable. But before I could do that, she yelled at my parents and told them to F off before running outside the venue. I thought that it was over, and I could enjoy the rest of the day, but I was wrong. A few minutes later, a very loud sound scared everyone in attendance and we ran out to investigate. Turns out, my sister had somehow stolen the car keys to my parents' car and driven it into a wall. The wall was connected to the main hall where we were all seated, so she could have injured us badly. My wedding day was completely ruined as we all rushed my sister to the hospital. My parents kept apologizing to me because they thought it was their fault for not doing enough. The next day, I sat my parents down and had a long talk with them. I explained that my sister is an adult, and they don't have to take responsibility for her anymore. They surprisingly agreed with me, and said that they had also talked amongst themselves and their lawyers yesterday. They had decided to finally cut my sister off completely and even exclude her from their inheritance. I was surprised and felt sorry for her, but supported their decision wholeheartedly. We made the news public and my wife was happy that I stood up to her instead of just taking her abuse. But it didn't even take a few hours before my sister was already calling me, and I should have known that she wasn't done yet. She accused me of manipulating my parents to take away what she deserved, and said she wants it all back.